and welcome once again to Fussels TV. Now, those more observant of you will notice that I have somebody new with me today. I finally got rid of Mr. Milliken. Well, you know, he'll be back, I'm sure. But today we've got Jake Parkinson from Ston Easton Park, and he's come to help us out in the Fussels kitchen today. So good morning, Jake.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm very, very good indeed. Now, I think before I say what we're going to do, you are the development chef over at Ston Easton Park. Now, Ston Easton Park, for those who don't know, is a fantastic hotel, 12 miles outside of Bristol, equidistant between Bath and Bristol, set in 30 acres of grounds. It's absolutely stunning. I've been over there a couple of times myself. All right, and Ston Easton is all about seasonality in their menu. Jake, is that right?
It's very much true, very much true. So all the things that you're going to see from us today, from me and Tim here, are things that I've gone out this morning and I've literally just picked a few things out of our gardens, so we sort of talk to our gardeners all about.
So run through what you've got then, Jake.
So today is our quail, which we use from our amazing butchers down at Water Rose.
Yeah.
They're a family business. We've used them in all sorts of restaurants. They're amazing, lovely guys, and they do the best stuff.
Okay.
And then it's all about really the veg today. So obviously coming into summer now, into spring, we've got all this lovely produce here, all like asparagus and some. It's just the end of wild garlic season, so I've got a few little bits of wild garlic as well. So
fantastic.
Big flavours, and of course we're going to use this rapeseed.
The rapeseed oil is king. We know we're going to use the 500ml rapeseed oil today, and of course all our products are available at www.fusselsfinefoods.co.uk. And if you want to learn more about Ston Easton Park, then go over to www.stoneaston.co.uk, and that's STONEASTON, and that'll be up on your screen as well. So let's get cracking on with this quail, Jake. I'm dying to find out what's going on here.
Awesome, cool. So first and foremost, we have our quail here.
Yep.
Leave it out of the fridge for about 10 to 15 minutes. Let it come up to room temperature. You don't want to ever cook anything straight out of the fridge.
Yep.
Because it's just not going to do your meat any good. And you're not going to cook it properly. That's sort of the main thing. And then we just season it like that. We're going to get this pan nice and hot, just so we can have a nice little sear on our quail. So we're just going to do off 2 breasts on both sides. And then
we're leaving it as a whole bird,
as a whole breast. So we take the bird itself down to a crown, what we call a crown, and and then we leave them like that for service. And then we come out, we just sort of get a nice bit of colour on both breasts, and then we have it in the oven for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then we just take it out. And the most key thing with something like this is just resting. So then that's going to rest for the same amount of time that it's been cooking for, really.
Okay.
So for about 3 minutes, and then you carve and serve it. Obviously, it depends how you like your meat. You know, people are very different about how they like stuff. But
and do you, when you're serving a bird like this, a small bird, do you take orders for the way it's cooked, or are they accepting how it comes?
It's a chefy thing.
It's a chefy
thing. I don't like to ask people because it'll always come pink. It'll always come pink. And the thing is, if people want it to be, you know, it's your cuisine. If you'd like it to be a touch more cooked, that is absolutely fine. So, what's your back there, Tim?
Yep.
And then that can just simply go. That can just go into the oven like that for 3 minutes. And and then that will take about 3 minutes in that oven. And in the meantime, what we can do is we can get our little bits of garnish ready.
Okay.
So here we also have like a little wonton here.
So tell me what this is, because I was looking at this earlier.
Yeah, I know. I saw your eyes in it.
No, I did, yeah.
So this is our wonton pastry.
Yeah.
Traditionally like an Asian style of pastry. And what we filled in it with is like a little duck mixture. So we get the legs, of the quail, and then we comfy down all the quail legs, as you can see the crown.
Yeah.
So then we don't want to waste anything.
That's really, really important, isn't it? Because when you're dealing with any type of food, really, I think it's all about respecting where that food comes from.
Very much so. You know, I was taught from a very young age, and I saw a chef once cry about carrots and how they were mistreated. So when you learn that sort of like respect, and like the thing is, these things are out in the fields growing for like sort of like months, and it can only take a minute to ruin it.
I know,
so
you're exactly right.
So then we have like our little duck parcel here. Just want to make sure our oil's hot enough. So maybe just a touch more on that, just so you get a lovely sort of crisp on it. You can tell he's worked this one before. So just so you get that lovely sort of crisp on it. And then all we're going to do in our veg is just a simple emulsification of butter and water.
Right.
So you just have like almost like half butter, half water.
And that's in this pan already?
That is in that pan.
So we've melted down the butter and we've got half butter, half water.
Yeah.
And we've got that up to temperature now. So
yeah, that's going to come up to a temperature now where we can just cook in it. And like the thing is, as you can see, all this lovely veg does not take long. You know, I think the one thing about veg, and why a lot of people, you know how someone might say, oh, I don't like beetroot, so I don't like this.
Yeah.
I always find that's because your mother's cooked for you.
Do you know what?
She's always
murdered it.
And I think that was like me when I was with veg as a kid. I was like, I don't like Brussels sprouts, I don't like this. But when you treat vegetables the most amazing way, I think they're a winner.
I think you're absolutely right. Only in the last few months since we've been doing this, I've learned how to cook vegetables completely differently.
Yeah.
And again, it's all about chopping them up quite small as well, so they don't need a lot of cooking.
Exactly, and you can see all that. I'm just going to throw all that in, and then last minute, I'm going to throw. You can see all these shaves. So,
yeah,
this is a bit of a restaurant-y thing. I'm not going to lie. So here we have like all little bits of asparagus. That we just sort of shaved down. So that's a lovely sort of garnish. All just sort of drapes the dish.
Yeah,
and gives you that sense of like you're in the dining room, but you're in the garden.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
I know.
That's the sort of like idea. That
because I think it's important as well to realise when you're eating the food to realise where it comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the connection. I think the thing we lose these days sometimes is the connection from where the food comes from to when it gets on the plate.
Oh, very much so. And the thing is, in our dining room, you can see the garden.
Yeah.
You've got all the windows and you can see it.
Yeah.
So you know that's a lovely little aspect of it as well. So that, as you can see, I've just thrown that in there then. I've thrown it all sort of in stages, and then literally I can just take this off now and drain that. So I'm just going to drain that.
Now, we've got the oil coming up to temperature, and one of the interesting things here is we need to talk about the benefits of rapeseed oil as well.
Yeah, very much so.
And I think it's worth saying we're using this, we're taking this up to maybe 200 degrees, is that right?
Around 200 degrees. You know, as I'm sure you know, you can do a lot of things with rapeseed, and one thing for frying, it's amazing. You know, because you can take it to such a high temperature, and it's not the most dangerous thing in the world. You know, because it can.
Well, the important thing is it maintains its integrity to a much higher heat.
Yeah.
And because it's cold pressed, the integrity of the oil is never compromised in the extraction process. Now, you can probably guess I've said that quite a few times. And there it is, www.Fussels Fine Foods. There we are. So let's hope we're nearly up to temperature with that one. I can start to smell the quail cooking away in the oven there.
And then literally, I'll let you deal with this. So I've got to let you. I can't do it all. Do you know what I mean?
So, you're absolutely correct.
Yeah. So I'm just going to turn that, and when it gets a light brown colour, just take it out. And you can just put it into one of these.
And how long is this going to take?
This is going to take about 30 seconds.
Really?
Yeah. It doesn't. I know.
Hang on a second. There we go.
So then this quail doesn't take long. And this is.
I'm putting under pressure now. You say 30 seconds.
And this is what you're going to see here, it's a hot tray obviously. You're going to see here like a little old school French technique. So you have a needle here, just to check if it's cooked. So you just go right down it. You normally have a thinner needle than this.
I'm going to take this out.
Yeah, feel free, you can take that out.
Is that alright?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Look at that, lovely.
So you do this, I'm aware, so just on the lip, on the top lip, and that's how you see if it's cooked or not. And by the different, it takes a while to get used to. So you're taking it to the core, just on your top lip, and that is rare now.
That is rare.
That is rare. So then all I'm going to do.
Can we turn the heat down on this one?
Yeah. You can take that away and
just pop that beside.
Yeah, that's no trouble. You can just leave that on the side over there. Let that cool down, and with this quail, that will just go onto a restaurant tray, just a simple restaurant tray where it can just sit somewhere for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Let all the blood.
Now I think this is the other important thing, isn't it? First of all, allowing it to come to room temperature. Secondly, once you've cooked it, allowing it to settle.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing that we've learned is not to overcook.
Very much so, very much so. The thing is, you can always, it's like anything, you can always add.
You can never take away.
You can never take away. The thing is, and there's something with something like quails, you know, they've lived such a lovely life. And we're actually going to get a load of quails at Ston Easton. So we're going to get a little pen, so we can get loads of little quails in there. But I think we've been told it's our responsibility to look after them. So I don't know.
And so it should be.
Yeah, so it should be. So we will see all the boys going out there every morning and feeding the quails, which will be quite a funny experience. So these are two little emulsifications and purees I have. So one is pea and one is wild garlic.
Okay.
And wild garlic grows naturally around.
I know, there's been a plethora, there's been an abundance of wild garlic.
Fields of it. And we make almost like a little mayonnaise out of it, really. So I'm just going to go around, just sort of making this dish look a bit pretty, but you're also sort of getting all the flavours of all these different things. So then, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to grab this, or bring back what I had earlier, all the asparagus and stuff.
Okay.
And all I'm going to do is just sort of drape it around, you know. I don't want to.
This part.
I love everything that looks quite wild, really. You know, something that sort of resembles the gardens. You know, it's all fresh, it's all elements. I don't really want to overcomplicate a lot of things. Just have everything looking nice.
And is this a big part of it for you as well? Jake, is this the presentation of the dish? Is this something that you really enjoy as well?
It is, because I think once you go through all this hard work, and I'm not going to lie to you, all this stuff can take, obviously you're doing it for a lot higher volume, but all of this stuff can take a while. Yeah. So when you get to that last minute, you don't want to then get to the last minute, throw it all on the plate, and it doesn't look right. That's right,
so you don't want any of your effort to be in vain.
Exactly. So then also what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop on a little quail leg itself.
Okay, oh right, okay.
So you've got a little quail leg there that will just for about 1 minute, 20, and then we peel them and then just refresh them to order.
Okay.
And then as you can see in here,
so we've got our selection of leaves, yeah?
Indeed, so this morning I went down to the gardens just before I came here and I was just having a walk around. I thought what would be lovely to garnish this dish. So here you have the pak choy leaf.
Okay.
It's more of like a different variety of baby leaf. And we've got beetroots down there as well, so we have that leaf and obviously the wild garlic. You get all these lovely little shoots going on around here. So at this time, I'd say the quail is ready to go.
Yeah.
So obviously you've got the crown here. So all I'm going to do is just take off the breast. Just here. Like so. Then you've got the little fillet there.
Yeah.
We like to get rid of that. And then you got your breast here. We just take it down into two. Just have a little bit of quail there.
Yeah.
A little bit of quail there. Okay. And then all I'm going to do, just to finish this dish, is just to have a few of these leaves, which, you know, I'm not too bothered about. I like them a bit all in different lovely little shards and little. So you see the whole sort of stem. Do you know what I mean? So you got that, you know,
got it,
just like that. Get a bit more on. And then, I love doing this, because you've got the pea on there already.
Okay.
So, I'm just going to have a fresh little pea shoot there.
Yeah.
And then, just this lovely little wild garlic. Just draping over that. And then, as just like, it's not, this dish isn't dry at all, because you get all these lovely fresh flavours.
Yeah.
And all I'm going to do is just finish it
with some of this, the
butter. Yeah, with the emulsification of the butter and the water.
Yeah.
Just to slightly give it that touch. And then, with that, you are then finished with our Ston Easton quail dish, right there.
Look at that. Now, that is absolutely superb from Ston Easton Park. Jake, I can't thank you enough. I can't wait to get stuck in.
I know, I see the edge of your eyes and then walking around.
I know, all the way through. And don't forget that if you want to learn more about Jake and Erilyn, who's been with us today as well, go on over to www.stoneaston.co.uk. And as I say, we'll put the whole address up at the end for you as well, so you'll be able to see that on the video. Jake, we're going to get stuck in.
Yeah,
one of the things we always have to do is we have to taste, so there's a knife and fork for you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, now, what's the best way to attack this dish? I'm probably going to...
It's funny, like, people always ask me, like, when I plate stuff like, it's so pretty, it's so this, is there a way that I should attack this? And I'm just like, honestly, I let people freely and like just attack it. You know, you're going to make a mess of it, you're going to do this, but the whole thing about it is you're just getting all the flavours, and then that's it, really.
So here we go.
There you go. Me, I love a bit of just raw asparagus, you know, not raw, but it's all there. You got the wonton, and then if you crack into this little egg yolk here, you'll see it lovely there. And just cracks, and then you got the sauce from that as well.
Now, that is, as you probably know by now, that is absolutely gorgeous. We will be publishing that recipe as well. So in the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and thanks very much to Jake for coming over and doing this episode of Fussels TV with us. So, for me and Jake, thank you very much. Goodbye.
Bye.